Plaintiff Shantae Braggs says the defendant is friends with her brother, but she's worried about him because ever since his brother passed away, he's been drinking excessively. She's suing him today for car damages. Defendant Nize Porter admits his drinking increased after his brother passed away from a fentanyl overdose, but he claims his brother's death also inspired and motivated him to focus more on his music career. Nize does not believe he's responsible for Shantae's car damages.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
State your name.
Shantae Braggs.
Sir?
Nize Porter.
All right, and you are suing your former friend for $5,000 for car damages?
Yes.
Start with you.
Okay, so I know Zay since 2014. He's friends with my brother. Zay had grew up in the foster system, so my family kind of gravitated to him because my mom, she's a foster parent. So him and my brother had been friends for a very long time. So we always have family functions together, going camping, different little things. My kids call him Uncle Zay. So it's like we've been, we've known each other for a very long time. Okay. Recently, I have noticed that Zay's been drinking a lot due to the fact he just lost his brother 2 months ago.
How do you notice? You talk to him frequently?
No, I haven't talked to him. I just seen it on his social media.
Okay.
Yeah, I seen it on his page. She's been drinking, like late night. I've been seeing.
You see that often on his page?
Yes, often.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I'm just concerned. Like, I still love him, and I'm just concerned.
You talk to him about it, and what has he said? Did you say, hey, why are you putting this stuff on the internet? You drinking so heavily?
No, I actually haven't reached out to him. I reached out to him when his brother passed away, and I did tell him, I sent my condolences and stuff like that.
Defendant Nize Porter is being sued by his friend's sister, who claims she's worried about Nize because he's been drinking excessively ever since his brother passed away.
Sorry, you want to give me some background?
So basically, recently my brother just died. It's been hard from...
What happened?
He died of an overdose, a drug overdose, off of fentanyl. And it's just been hard for my mom, especially my mom, seeing her, how she is, and me and my family. I make music, and
Did your brother make music?
Yes, we made music together. And so we make, so I
You take Percocet too?
No, sir. So I have a...
That's what he took, Percocet that was laced with fentanyl?
Yes, sir.
You drink lean too?
No, sir. I don't do no drugs, no
Did
type
he?
of hard drugs.
Did he?
Not that I know of.
Go ahead.
So just basically seeing my family and my mom like that, it's just been hard on us. And we make music, so I have like a 5-year plan, And so like ever since my brother died, I've just been more focused on being in a music career, more focused, more into it, more motivated to push out more music for me and my family, and to get my mom out of debt and, get her a new house, new place, Your Honor, so that's...
So is your brother's loss going to influence anything in your life?
I could admit I started drinking more,
So it influenced it negatively, destructively?
Yes, sir.
Caused you to destroy yourself?
Not complete, no, but to drink.
Begin destroying yourself?
Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
And that's what you think he might want?
No, sir. Of course not.
Okay. I was with Juice WRLD. You know who that is.
Yes, sir.
God bless his soul. Died of an overdose.
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Percocet fentanyl.
Mm-hmm.
Was with his mom. Me and his mother are going to be doing some work around the country.
Okay.
On mental health and on drug rehab.
Right.
So in that sense, I know what's going on out there. I already knew. That's why his mother wanted me to work with her. She know I know what's happening in them studios with the rappers, many of them popping Percocets that are lined with fentanyl and drinking lean at the same time. and ODing just as much as any other community now, because that's cool. That's hip hop. Take you some fentanyl, smoke your joint, you drink you some Hennessy, and you can really create some music. Forgot fentanyl, forgot about that part. God bless you, brother, but this is what you need to be doing, just what I'm doing. You should be talking like I'm talking. You're an eyewitness. You knew your brother was getting high. We ain't gonna even go there. And however you responded to seeing what you saw going down and knowing, you need to do something to make you feel better and to make a difference in the lives of others. And that's how you feel better, I promise you. I know about how to try and feel better about things that you regret and the things that you could have done differently that could have saved either yourself or others. And in this case, it's time for you to save yourself. Unless you just want to disappoint him. I'm one that thinks that perhaps, not totally convinced, I'm one to think, however, that there's still a little presence going on, and we don't know. Might be a presence in a different dimension. Perhaps, I don't know, I ain't 100%. I'm not 100% of anything. Neither should anybody else be. They can say they're 100%, they ain't 100%. So, you got my point?
Yes, sir.
Use it to inspire and to change others, and not to give you a sense of fulfillment and a sense of, because you in the game, you in the rap game. It ain't like you'll be some square coming in that don't know nothing about the music. You're in it. And your brother has died from what is popular in the rap community, inside the studio in particular. And so you really have a responsibility to use that for a change. And so for you to drink your problems away, yeah, you're drinking them away. So if you need grief counseling, go and get grief counseling. And I'm saying this from experience. My mother died when I was 17, 49 years old, 7 months out of jail. And most people whose mother died that young, they go the opposite. They destroy themselves. I've seen it all the time. But I went the up way, inspirational. So that's what I'm advising you to do. And I felt I had a responsibility because I knew I had lived as a troubled youth, and it troubled my mother. And I try not to think like this, but in a real way, I may have caused my mother's death. My mother died of cancer. And she had problems with me every single day. Certainly every week, because I had attention deficit, jump around, fight, angry, all that. So I use it as a positive, and it makes me feel good. So I can get past the grief and that anger and all that. I did it in the beginning, day one. Time she passed, I was in my second month in college off my GED, went to college. 2 months later, she dies. Boom, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make her proud.
Defendant Nize Porter is being sued by his friend's sister, who claims she's worried about Nize because he's been drinking excessively ever since his brother passed away.
So that's what we need you to do, all right? And you're in a position to do that so that they're not listening to me no more. I'm an old man. I used to speak to the youth and they listen, but I'm out of it. So they'll listen to you. So I'm talking to others. Guys in your position, I'm convincing you all to come around. And that's what I'm doing. The guys in this hip-hop community, they follow and idolize. I'm coming for y'all and have you all change the destructive parts of the hip-hop community. So, and shout out to Southwest T, formerly of BMF, the brother. Okay. We worked together in Detroit on troubled youth. Even though he can't leave the house, he works his media. We did a big Get Out to Vote campaign for youth in Detroit. Working with him, he's influencing youth. So I can't influence him, but I can get the people who do. And you're one of them now, so you coming with me. All right? Yes, I need you, and the rest of our community needs you. So you're gonna stop the destructive approach and find a constructive approach. And where are you located?
Los Angeles, Your Honor.
Okay, that's where I'm at, in LA. So we'll be able to do something there. You work, what do you do?
I work at Amazon Fresh, and I cook pizzas, pretty much a lot of hot foods.
All right. You need some help, and you need some direction, and you could have a big impact because of your personal experience.
Yes, sir.
All right, and the plaintiff, where do you know her from?
From Stockton.
Yeah,
Her
what the
brother.
nature of the friendship? She has told me some, but your perspective, you might feel different. No, I'm just kidding.
So I met her through her brother in 2014, and we just became close family friends. Would go out on trips, be at her kids' birthdays, events, and different little family events. That's
I always had a
pretty
good relationship, never fell out. Obviously, this might be a point in which you all fell out. What happened? 5,000 car damages. What occurred?
So on February 2020, I went on a birthday vacation for me. I went to Napa Valley, and I left Zay and my sister to babysit my kids. And Zay took my car without permission and left my car abandoned on the side of the freeway. And when my mom was on her way to Napa to come see me for my birthday, she gave me a call and told me, your car is on the side of the freeway. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's parked at home.
How did she know?
She said she's seen a car that looks like my car on the side of the freeway. And I was like, Mom, no, it's not my car. You probably seen a regular Camry, you know. So she's like, no, I think it's your car. I was like, no, it's not, whatever, you know. So I'm at the winery at the time, so it's just me and my girls, and we're wine sipping, tasting, you know. So I sat, I was like, oh no, you know, I didn't think nothing of it. I didn't think it was my car. I just brushed it off. So later on that day, my sister gave me a call, and she called me and said, happy birthday, you know, because it was my birthday that day. And I was like, oh, okay, yeah, is my car at the house? And she was like, and she just got quiet, and she handed the phone over to Zay. And he told me, oh, I was going to tell you your car broke down on the freeway, but don't even worry about it. I'm going to go get it.
How long after it broke down did you find out from your sister, you say?
Yes.
How long after it was left?
It was left for 2 days.
No, before you heard about it.
Oh, before I heard about it 2 days later. So it was left.
So he left your car, and you didn't find out, not even from him, you didn't find out until 2 days later. You never heard that he had left your car for 2 days, and it came from your sister.
Yes.
He never called and said, hey, sorry, I got bad news.
No.
Or call and say, you got anybody that can give me 20? What was wrong with the car?
From my understanding, he said it ran out of gas. So
yeah, if he could have called you and said, I need gas, or I just ran out of gas on the side of the road, I'm sorry, who should I call? Because if you leave them too long on the side of the road, they get towed. And then you have to pay for the tow. The initial price is sometime, depending on the city, between $300 and $500 just for the actual tow process. And then it's $25 per day after that. And once you run it up so high, you can't afford to get it back.
Defendant Nizay Porter is being sued by his friend's sister, who claims she's worried about Nizay because he's been drinking excessively ever since his brother passed away.
So you tell me what happened.
I went to go get some food, and
She said he didn't give you permission.
Right. On my way back, the car just started acting weird, and so it just shut down. I pulled it over to the side of the road, and eventually just left it there and got a ride back to where I was at. And so I never told her anything.
Why? 2 days.
I didn't feel I was responsible for it.
I know, but why didn't you, as a person, as a loved one who is using your loved one's car, whether you felt responsible or not, common decency says that you call. I'm not talking about whether you're responsible. I'm talking about, are you a decent enough person that when you use somebody's car and something happens, you at least tell them instead of just leaving it and never even telling them? Was you scared to tell?
It was her birthday, so I didn't want to ruin her birthday. So.
All right, what about the next day?
I didn't really say anything.
Right, wasn't a birthday then. You're scared. You gotta determine what you want to be. Well, a lot of the rappers, a lot of them are tough guys, at least they say. You can't be tough and weak at the same time. It's one or the other. If you're tough, you in that studio rapping, you rap? Yep. That's your, okay, you're in there rapping. You ain't rapping about Bugs Bunny, or you ain't rapping about, you're not rapping children's rhymes. You talking hard, you kicking it every day, the street this, the street that, and scared to tell your loved one that you left their car. Can't be brave and scared at the same time. Try it, right now. You see, you couldn't. So, sir, that was very, very wrong of you. And even if you hadn't been responsible, you are right. You may not have been responsible because what happened? What was wrong? You got to find out something that was wrong in order to tell me what happened.
Yeah, so when I finally got to the car, well, I called my son's dad to go get my car off the side of the freeway. And when he got to the car, my windows was busted, the catalytic converter was took, the trunk was popped, the inside of my car was destroyed. Like somebody got to it, like somebody got in my car and destroyed it. So my car drove when I left home. When I got back,
Certainly.
It didn't work.
The catalytic converter is the most popular part of a car now. It used to be the airbags, now catalytic converters. And so, sir, any defense to that? To leaving her car? What do you sound like you're about to say? I didn't vandalize it. Somebody else vandalized it. That's who did it. That's who she should be suing. You better not talk like that. But you can just deny and say what you want to say, but don't get disrespectful. You've already been disrespectful to her, resulting in the loss of her car.
Your Honor, like I said, I don't feel like I'm responsible for that. I don't.
And you wouldn't have been had you called her. Had you called her, you wouldn't be responsible. If you'd have called her even within that 24 hour, but preferably within the first 6 hours to avoid it being told that day, or the first hour, you're somebody else's car. The first hour, you didn't call her at all, never. It took her sister 2 days later. You still did. She had to hand the phone to you, and you over there. I ain't talking to her. I ain't talking to her. Get on the phone. Okay. You can't be strong and weak at the same time. You can't be scared and brave at the same time. Which one is it? All right. I'm going to grant you your judgment because it was his negligence in contacting her about her car that resulted in it being vandalized and damaged. Had you contacted her, it'd have been on her from then on. But you didn't at all. She had no knowledge and therefore no ability to protect her car. You would have. If he'd have told you, send the baby daddy out again.
Right.
Hell, much as he creeping in at night, you can go out there and get the car. All right, I'm sorry. Time for me to go. All right, judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
Thank you. Thank you. I want to tell Zay, I still love you, Zay, and I just wanted you to take responsibility of what you did, and I just still want you to know that I'm here for you. If you ever need me for anything, just know I'm here.
Appreciate it, but I'm still not paying. I'm still not paying that. Like, I'm not. You could go find it somewhere else. I'm not paying it.